She had brothers and sisters. Okay. My grandfather said brothers and sisters for the flags, but I don't want to go too much into that. Too many. And I can rightfully say I'm really, really mad at my grandfather. And I'll explain why. I want to drink. Alright. So like I said, I'm really mad at my grandpa. And if he hears me, maybe he turns over in his grave, but I'm going to try to be careful. Alright. Now, transition from childhood to adolescence is a really, really special time. Can I remember this time? A dance. Oh yeah, a dance. Just when you're at that age, you can go to those dances. A dance. So you get prepared, you break out that shirt, you earn it for 3 hours, you break out that tie, you look in the mirror another 4 hours, you're ready at that age. So you arrive at that dance, and you could hear the music out loud, the beats, everybody's having a good time. But I just froze. After the interview, I froze. A vision. Wow! I just saw this vision. I did not understand being so young, not living so many years in this life, that I had done something so good that God rewarded me with this vision. She was perfect. Wow! So I found the courage and strength, and I walked over to her. We hit off, we danced, we drank, we talked, we laughed, we had a really, really good time. So then again, everything's going well. Would you accompany me to walk out on the terrace? Sure. So step by step, we're walking together, side by side. Everything was so memorable. The full moon, reflecting each step that we took. The stars illuminating on the ocean floor. The waves hitting a sandy beach. I realized, wow, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So we're connected, we're walking side by side. And I paused. I looked at her. I took a deep breath. And I got nearer and nearer. And I looked at her. You could literally hear her heartbeats. Boom, 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 boom. Hers and mine. Boom, 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 boom. I drew nearer. So I took the back of my palm. I caressed her cheek. I went further. I took my other hand, took her almond brown hair, threw it behind her ear. Near, near. You could hear her heartbeat. Boom, 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 boom. So it was just poetic. It's gonna be my first kiss. It's the perfect scenery. I'm so blessed. But being young took my hair. I asked, may I kiss you? Oh, okay. Maybe she didn't hear me right. May my lips touch upon yours? Oh, okay. Everything I'm doing, I'm taking out my little black book notes. Yeah, I did this, I did this. I'm doing everything right. I don't understand it. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? So I asked him, okay, I've been a gentleman. I've treated you right. We're having a good time. Can you please tell me at least what I did wrong? I can't. Why? Because I'm your cousin. Okay. So with the passing of my mother at age 34, 34, and the absence of my father, my senior year in high school, it changed many of the plans that I had for my adult life. The circle of my friends, leaving off to universities, going off to the Marines, committing the ultimate shotgun wedding. I had 3 scholarships to universities. I aspired to become a veterinarian. But I opted to stay here in Piro Valley and attend IVC. Okay. So much is said about the quality of education that I honestly believe it is what you put into it. It doesn't matter if it's Harvard, Yale, Berkeley, San Diego State. It is what you put into it. Because you could be in those high-ranking schools, and if you're really not into it, nothing's going to happen. If you're here, you study, you really dedicate yourself, it will happen. Trust me, it will happen. I think it was just last week. We were driving towards, we're going to a meeting. I said, wow, Rainer, look. Okay, saw a car full of IVC parking stickers in the rear window. Wow, full. That guy must be a genius right now. Okay. So, anyhow, while walking through these halls of IVC, all of a sudden I noticed health complications. Was it psychological? Was it the freaking nights that I went out to Mexicali to dance? Was it something medically serious? But without economic resources, I kept going from one tacky doctor to another. And they give you all sorts of diagnoses, all sorts of treatments, but it really wasn't happening or seemed to work. But it's amazing how many of my elders in my culture went to medical school. ¡Ay! Ponte mentrolado. Un poquito de hierba buena, mijo. Se te quita todo. Sum it up. Now sum it up. Sum it up. Mijo, go bring me the chicken and some eggs. There comes the brown one. Take it out, there, Chapuco, take it out. Okay, the card reader. Don't forget the card reader. Hey, not only are you going to get better, you're going to meet that great woman in your life. You're going to be rich. All your problems are going to be solved. And my favorite, con un tequilita se te quita. Yeah, that happens. But in terms of symptoms, there was constant headaches. Painful headaches, migraine headaches. Something is called tinnitus. Never, ever stops. 24/7. Never. And it's going on right now really loud. I have it really loud. Okay? Difficulty in hearing. Misunderstanding words. Poor balance. Not that no. Just poor balance. Okay? Then suddenly, I lost my vision. Could not see anything for a few seconds. I just went blank, dark, nothing. You cannot see. So a few times that happened. Excuse me. I need a special doctor. I really need to go see a specialist. Something is wrong with me. Okay? So my trip to the specialist for nose, throat, and ear was memorable. Okay. I remember. I'll try to do that. So I arrived and I said, Doctor, I think I have a hearing problem. Doctor, okay, what are your symptoms? Oh, that's a show about a yellow family. And this little boy is always getting into trouble. But what do Homer and Bart have to do with my hearing? Okay. So I wasn't hearing well. He gave me a test, hearing test. I don't know. Say the word Rick Brown. Say the word cowboy. Say the word peanut. And then he said, press the button when you hear the beep. So I'm playing PlayStation, Atari. Oh, stop, Miguel. Are you playing with me? No, it is what I hear. What are you hearing? The beeps. All the time, really fast, the beeps. Okay, so he sent me out to San Diego to do a magnetic resource imaging. Big X-ray machine. It's big, man, that goes round and round and round. Takes 3D images of inside your body, but for this purpose, it's for my brain, my ears, all that. So I went to San Diego. I came back and immediately the doctor called me. I need to see you tomorrow. Wow, that was fast. Not even 24 hours. And I went into his office and I will not forget when I was sitting down. I was sitting down a few minutes later. He comes in with his shirt. And he looks at me with a really serious face. No sweetening deals. No going around the subject. He just said, Miguel, you have bilateral acoustic neuroma. And that caused tumors. And those tumors have to be removed. Once they are removed, you will become profoundly deaf. Meaning you will not hear anything, nothing whatsoever at all. Just like right now, the silence. But then, wham! It hit me. My heart literally dropped to my knees. Wow! Wow! So he says, I'm going to refer you to Los Angeles, the only place in the world at that time that they do this kind of surgeries. But I have to tell you, these tumors not only is going to affect your hearing, but also your balance, your facial nerves, your mouth, your tongue, your eyes, your heart, your mind, your learning capacity. So he gives me all this list. No parents. What do I do? I'm so grateful I have the circus. Okay, don't forget the circus. So, for the love I felt for this circus, my friends, I affirmed and I promised them. I will not raise my arms in defeat. I will not slouch in pity. I let me get on Facebook. Hey, girlfriend, what are you doing? Okay. My boyfriend broke up with me. I hate him. So what do you do? For the one. What are you doing? I'm asleep. Don't you love me? Okay. So, also, yeah. I hate myself. I can't. Let's go. I need some new jeans. I need a new dress. The dance is coming. So go to the store and I just putting on size 0 jeans. They don't fit. My life is over. Okay. And then another one. I can't pay for my phone. My parents don't want to pay for my 4G phone. 4G phone. 4G phone. That's a huge luxury. Something that you don't need. But then you are trying to, the world is over. So now, the bottom line is, what I'm trying to say is, if Mike could, you can too. Okay? Now to clarify, again, I am post-lingually deaf. Meaning, I can speak English. I acquired language before I became deaf. Hablo el español claramente. Even a little French. French fries, French toast, French dressing, chocolate box. Okay. Sí. Pero eso sí, oigo lo que me conviene. Only what I want to hear. So my girlfriend, my significant other says, go throw out the trash. Mike, go throw out the trash. Miguel, throw out the trash. But then she says, sweetie, give me a kiss. And on it. So over and over again, I ask myself, what am I to do? What am I to do? I can't hear, I'm deaf now. I sought the guidance of many professionals here in the community. And the consensus was, there's nothing for the deaf. Go out there and work in the fields. But remember, terco yo, no me conviene. And remember, I have a lot of respect for people that work in the agriculture. But it's just not me. Okay? And that throwing out the trash example, terco, no me conviene. So I was blessed with the circus again. And I moved out of the Imperial Valley. Okay. I went back to school. So at this time, there's no Americans with Disabilities Act. ADA, and other accommodates people with disabilities. But I went to school, I went to college. I'm deaf. No sign language. No law to help me. So what I had to do is, at the start of every class, I would go up to the front of the class and I would explain to the class, I recently became deaf. I need your help. All I do is give you carbon paper and you take your own notes, whatever you want to write. I don't care. And just when you finish the class, give me a copy. I take the copy out of my way. I was fortunate enough that there was a staff member that got people that were learning sign language and interpreters, and I had one-on-one. They were teaching me one-on-one the sign language. I learned mostly sign exact English, meaning every word and that you talk, I would sign it. But because because I am able to voice. I have always been a visual communicator. I use my voice to communicate with you, but I understand fully the ASL and exact English. Okay, so one person would sit beside me taking notes, another person would sit beside me signing, so I would pick up the signs. Now there was some other help that I got, and it's a speech therapist. What a speech therapist was trying to do is help me with volume control. With volume control. For instance, here we're in a fairly large classroom. I know I have to speak a little louder so everyone in the back can hear me. So they teach you about when you talk and your stomach muscles. When you speak louder, your stomach muscles become tighter. When you whisper, they become looser. So some of the things you start picking up. Okay? It is a misconception that every person that is deaf can live free. But it's something that helps. So, about the stomach muscles, it came really in handy, especially with the circus parties. Everyone's all together, sitting beside a cousin or somebody else. Some nice female would pass by, and I would so-called whisper, so it's because of the external noise. Sometimes it's really, really hard to pick it up because I cannot hear anything whatsoever. Now, about the lip reading, they told me you have to practice in the mirror. Surely I gave that stuff up. Now let me explain when. Okay. Let me take a look. So, to practice a lip reading, you have to practice in front of the mirror. Alright. And my mirror at home. Okay? So they give you these words. But I was finding myself waking up early just to spend time with myself. I'm liking this. Okay? So they give me the word dog. 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 They give me the word cat. 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 They give me the word hello. 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 If you say that there's different lip movements. Okay? So gradually, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm saying these words. Dog. 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 I'm looking at my mirror and saying cat. 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 Meow. 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 I'm looking in the mirror and saying hello. Hello. Then it becomes yes. 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 I was starting to fall in love with myself. That's why, shut it, mama. Okay? Now, I kind of regret not listening to the speech therapist. Because sometimes it's difficult to understand my speech. I cannot hear myself talk. I remembered how I talk. Okay? And sometimes I tend to slur words. For instance, wheelchair. We have only one enchilada left. Wheelchair. Okay? Texas. My daughter texts me all the time where I'm at. Okay? Mushroom. We all get into the car. There is up today. I want a zapatos igual. Okay. Herpes. I'm only getting up there. I haven't said anything yet. Hey. We ordered a pizza. I ate my piece. She got herpes. Oh, okay. Oh, more drink. Now, being young, I married. I had two wonderful, beautiful children. Unfortunately, we had our differences. She went her way. My children and I went our way. Now, yes, I've been a single parent for 16 years now. My daughter is 20. My son is 16. I graduated with an AA from Yohanda Community College. I transferred to Cal Poly State University of Pomona. And walking head up high on that campus, I found an old friend of mine. And he says to me, "Hey, Mike, what are you doing here?" "What do you mean, what am I doing here?" "This is a very, very difficult school. Especially for somebody with a disability. I don't know how you're going to do it." Okay. Well, all right, see you later, man. But nevertheless, terco. I'm glad I didn't listen to him. I held my ground. I graduated with my bachelor's degree. And shortly after, I was hired as clinical director for ARC Industries. Very special place for me to work. Within a week, my supervisor, the staff I supervised, and others that work with me were signing. But not because they had to, because they wanted to. Because of the respect they disclosed to me, they wanted to communicate with me. I earned that within a short period of time. I became a co-founder of the Imperial Valley Access Center, which to date still has its doors open. Fame came. Univision from Florida flew down. They did a story, came out, and aquí y ahora. But the best part is also the local newspaper. They did a story on me. So they interviewed me at work, blah, 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 blah. And then the Sunday I walked towards the store and I noticed a Sunday paper. Full-page spread, huge picture, my picture. And the story goes on to the second page. Wow! Wow! Do you realize what this means? Do you realize what this means? Nothing ever happens in Imperial Valley. Oh, car parked. Tell the kids, get up, I'm gonna go get the mail. So I'm walking towards the mailbox. Hey, tired. Tired. I don't remember I tired when I came in. Hey, tired. So I glanced back towards the truck. What had happened is I was dragging the spare tire all over town. And fire coming out of everything. And I'm waving up. But now I'm putting so anyway, my Hollywood Walk of Fame. I moved on to the State Department of Rehabilitation as a counselor. I signed up for an accelerated master's degree program. The trick was you have to maintain your full-time employment. And you have to finish your master's in 12 months. Okay? I accepted that challenge. Means I had to work Monday to Friday. I get off at 12 Friday, drive all the way to San Bernardino, start night class at 5 to 11 in the night, Saturday 8 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, Sunday the same thing. Come back the next week, you turn in your papers, you do a presentation, you have your final exam, all textbook in 1 weekend, 1 week. Next semester starts. Next. 44 entered that program. Only 11 graduated. And who's that? Okay, I was really fortunate because I also have my circus for support. Okay, so I was right there and then I was promoted rehabilitation supervisor for the state of California for deaf and hard hearing unit. But the trick was it's all throughout all Indian Empire. I had to drive up and down Ontario, Victor, San Bernardino, Riverside, Blythe, everywhere, 3 times a week. But I loved it. I really loved it because the communication was there. The staff signed, the client signed, community partners that worked with us signed. So I'm into that conversation, I'm into helping more and more people I really love. There were no communication barriers, but with a downturn of the economy, it just got too physically tiring. I asked for a transfer back. And since then, now 4 years, being a supervisor for the state, here now, Central. Department of Rehab, now Central. So to conclude, you see it's important to note that as a client of the Department of Rehab, they set me on the right path according to my capabilities. And to quote Bernice Johnson, life's challenges are not supposed to paralyze you. They are supposed to help discover who you are. You see, my family, the circus, the Department of Rehab support, my confidence is at all high. Just yesterday, your teacher told me, wow, we have a lot of handsome and beautiful people in my class. So that prompts me, I better look good. I'll go up to Macy's. Remember, my confidence is all high. Go to Macy's, get my clothes, my shirt, my tie, my pants, and I'm walking out Macy's. And these 3 females are walking in. We're meeting halfway in the exit. And I open the door, and all 3 of them froze, and they're looking at me. So I'm really confident. I arrive home, and I open the bag. And I start taking out the clothes. What had happened is that salesperson left the tag. That's why the natives were looking at me, not because I was, wow, what a man. Okay. No. But in all seriousness, I could go on and on and on and on about my accomplishments. But they are truly unattainable. All I say to you is here. Take the stencils, the brushes, those permanent oil colors. Let the barriers of communication be your canvas out there in the world. Go and paint a perfect mural of inclusion. The visual communication you are learning is beyond words. Thank you.
Okay, but don't forget questions. Well, I'm going to start with the first question.
Well, okay. Are you voicing?
I'm going to sign it and then voice it.
Okay. And your wife. Okay.
Hi, Rita.
Keep it to your dad. Keep the camera to your dad. Do you want to hear again?
I need my tissue. Okay. All right. I have had that question many times. The response has always been the same. If I am blessed with the ability to hear, great. If not, God has chosen my path. My disability, everything I talked about, it pretty much defined me. It has made me who I am. That has always been my response. And at this time, I have a confession. I never did this. Okay. I miss music. And I long very much to hear the words, I love you, Dad. Therefore, I'm taking this opportunity to let my family and close friends know that I am about to embark on a new journey, a new chapter in my life. I have researched, I have thought about it thousands of hours. I have discussed it with my children. I have weighed the pros and cons. And I think I'm making a sound decision. I will be getting my 14th surgery. And after 23 years, I'm living in a world of silence. There is a 95% probability that I will hear you again. afraid.